Welcome to the Unpacking the Framework video series. This series provides valuable information about the National Best Practice Framework for Early Childhood Intervention. My name is Denise Luscombe, and this video introduction is being recorded on Whadjuk Noongar Budja. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and the land you're listening from, and recognise their continued connection to country, waterways and community. I would also like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present. This video is one of a series that describes the evidence and practice information that underpins the principles of the National Best Practice Framework for Early Childhood Intervention. You will hear from both national and international speakers throughout this video series. This video covers child-centred, a key principle of the National Best Practice Framework for Early Childhood Intervention, and is presented by our international speaker, Associate Professor Tara McLaughlin. Tara is head of the Institute of Education at Massey University in New Zealand, leading the teams working across academic and professional programs in education. She's also the director of the Early Years Research Lab at Massey University and is an affiliate member of the Anita Zucker Centre for Excellence in Early Childhood Studies at the University of Florida in the United States. Tara has worked as a teacher, teacher educator and researcher across the United States and New Zealand over the last 25 years. Tara is committed to supporting teaching, learning and research environments that promote diverse and equitable opportunities for children, families and educators. Her research focuses on inclusive, high-quality early intervention and early childhood education. Key focus areas include exploring evidence-based, intentional and social-emotional teaching practices, assessment and data-informed teaching, and innovative professional learning and development, including coaching. Building on her experiences working across different countries, her research focuses on developing culturally connected and meaningful interventions for the local context. Tara has played a key role in several national initiatives to strengthen educator and family knowledge to promote children's social-emotional competence, enhance intentional and data-informed teaching, and use embedded learning support in inclusive early childhood settings.
Hi, I'm Tara McLaughlin, and in this video I want to talk about what it means to be child-centered, a key principle in Australia's National Best Practice Framework for Early Childhood Intervention. I'm coming to you today from Massey University in New Zealand, in my role as a researcher and educator in early years education. Whether you are an educator, specialist, family member, or other practitioner, being child-centered is at the core of effective early childhood intervention support. Child-centered practice is more than just focusing on children. It's a commitment to seeing, hearing, and honoring children as capable and curious learners, responding to each child as a unique individual, worthy of having their needs and rights placed at the center of everything we do. Child-centered practice can be used as a buzzword at times. And at this video, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that I think matter most, from moving beyond saying this is something we do, to making sure it is something that we do through specific actions. At the heart of child-centered practice is knowing children well and working through relationships. This means investing time in getting to know children and forming meaningful relationships with the child, family, and others in the child's world. We can't support what we don't know and understand, and that means taking time to get to know each child's story, culture, ways of being, doing, and communicating, learning about their strengths and preferences, and using these as a pathway to support. Child-centered practice involves observing with curiosity, listening carefully, and responding in ways that affirm who children are. It's also important to remember that relationships are not static, and it's more than getting to know a child when you first start working with them. Relationships are dynamic, and it is being aware that you and the child will change over time. Investing in understanding and connecting with children is a continual process. When children feel safe, seen, and connected, they're more likely to thrive. A trusting and responsive relationship is the foundation of everything else we do. Wrapped around child-centered practice is a focus on play, fun, exploration, and connection in everyday experiences. Child-centered practice in early childhood intervention recognizes that learning supports and interventions should help children in the places and spaces they spend their time. Meaningful participation, engagement, and learning happen during family routines, peer interactions, everyday activities at early childhood centers, and within the community. Intervention support provided should not remove children from these moments. It should enhance their engagement in them. Rather than isolated skill training, we can and should support children through enjoyable, relevant experiences that build on their interests and strengths, keeping in mind the importance of children being children. Child-centered practice prioritizes supporting children in everyday settings and experiences, working towards goals and outcomes that enhance their everyday lives, and working in ways that are fun, play-based, and meaningful to the child and their family. To use a truly child-centered approach, I think that the adults around a child need to pause and reflect when decisions are made about supports, about services, about goals. We must ask, who benefits from these choices? Is this really what's best for the child? Or is it more convenient for the adults or systems? Putting the child at the center means we critically examine whose needs are being prioritized, and we shift the focus back to the child's well-being, growth, and right to a good life. This includes giving children a say in their own lives. When we recognize children's rights, voice, and agency, we help ensure that decisions made truly benefit the child. This means involving children in decision-making whenever possible. It means listening and looking for the messages they are communicating and supporting their agency in ways that are developmentally appropriate. Whether it's choosing what game to play, how to communicate, or having a say in what their day looks like, children have a right to be active participants in their own journey. Even the smallest choices can affirm children's sense of self and contribute to ensuring early childhood intervention benefits the child. To be child-centered is a commitment to seeing, hearing, and honoring children as capable and curious learners, responding to each child as a unique individual, worthy of having their needs and rights placed at the center of everything we do. As early childhood professionals, we have a powerful role to play. Let's make sure we create the kinds of relationships, environments, and experiences where every child can thrive, and we never lose sight of who we're here for. Thank you for the work you do, and for everything you bring to creating a world where all children are seen, heard, and supported to realize their immense potential.
We hope you've enjoyed this video, part of the video series Unpacking the Framework for the National Best Practice Framework for Early Childhood Intervention. The review of best practice in early childhood intervention was commissioned by the Department of Social Services. Led by the University of Melbourne, the project team included PRECI, professionals and researchers in early childhood intervention, Murdoch Children's Research Institute, SNAKE, National Voice for Our Children, Children and Young People with Disability Australia, and ACD, Advocating for Children with Disability. Coordination and production of the video series was led by PRECI.